Good evening, friends. Welcome to Tuesday. I actually managed to remember the day of the week this time. Hey, that's a new record, isn't it? Yeah. In any case, I am doing well today. I didn't get much writing done today. I decided to sort of take a day off after I spent the last 3 days basically busting out the length of a short novel, so I thought it was as good a time as any to chill a little bit on the writing, and as a result, I didn't know how to spend my time. While Kayla was here, I played Final Fantasy VI for a little bit, and made decent progress. I got through the Magitech laboratory, and I am about to head somewhere. I actually forgot where I was going to go. I think I was actually heading back to the continent that the Empire's on. I think I was going to do like a little bit of level grinding now that I have access to more party members, just the tiniest bit, and then progress the story from there. Actually, as I was thinking about it, I was reminding myself what part of the story I was on, so hopefully I will be able to make progress next time I play. I haven't been in the mood to play anything else since. Well, that's technically not true. I've wanted to kind of play Trails into Reverie, and I've also kind of wanted to start replaying Trails of Cold Steel 1, but I just haven't done so for one reason or another. Maybe it's just not feeling like committing to either game, even though I know I don't have to, but it always feels like I have to, even though I know it's not like a requirement. So ultimately, tonight, especially while Kayla's been at work, has been a very philosophical night. I've been kind of considering what I want out of life and what I want to do with my life because, now that I'm here, this was kind of the next big step after everything that went on in 2022, dealing with being stuck in 2023, and then finally kind of gaining some financial freedom in 2024. I was able to move on in life and move here. And now I feel a little stuck again, through no one's fault but my own. And I say that because I feel like I know what I want to do, I just don't have the courage to do it. I don't have the courage to take the steps that will get me there. I was pondering the times in life when I was happiest, and all of those times were generally just playing around and having fun with friends, either like a particularly fond memory of mine was something I used to do before I really learned the concept of shame, and that was back in elementary school. A couple friends of mine and I would go out during recess, and there was like this big grassy field out where the playground was, and we would basically pretend we were Nintendo characters, and we would act out these scenarios like, one of us would be Mario, another one would be Link, and we'd all be like fighting Ganon and like teaming up and stuff like that. It's super like cringy stuff. I say that with air quotes because I don't believe in cringe. But it was fun, and I have to rest my arm because it's getting a little tired. This clip is probably going to be long, so I want to make sure I actually have the energy to hold the camera for as long as I wanted to. The same happened in 6th grade. I actually had a friend in 6th grade where we would do the same thing, and that was incredibly fun. But then in 7th grade, I started hanging out with kids who, thought they were too cool to do stuff like that. So I stopped doing it too because my peers started growing out of the stuff that, I started enjoying. And I think that's why I gravitated so much towards performing. Because acting in a musical not only allowed me to find a love and passion for singing, but it helped me discover a love and passion for acting, because acting feels very similar to what we used to do as kids when we just kind of play around. You basically turn into a character, but you're still putting yourself into the character, and the community element was really nice. I think that's another thing I've been missing. All my happiest memories were with other people. And I've been kind of living a lonely life for a while, and I live with Kayla now, but these nights when they're closing especially is when I tend to be a little more lonely than normal, and that's kind of why I started philosophizing. I'm like, okay, I spent the last 3 days writing a crap ton, and it did feel fulfilling, but it felt like something's missing. It's felt like something's missing for years now, I think, for a very long time. And I think it's because I don't have the community element that I used to have when I was an actor or in school, and I don't know how to find that again. I feel like that's the struggle being an adult, and a lot of people can probably totally relate. Like, where are you supposed to find a place to fit in? Like, you can go back to college, I guess. You can make friends at work, stuff like that. But I miss the community element of performing, whether it was in choir or in theater. Both times it was a group of people all working towards one common goal, like people from all different backgrounds, but we all bonded over the fact that we were working under one common goal, and that goal being the purpose of entertaining our audience and just absolutely delighting them. In a way, I feel like that was kind of how it was back when I worked at a call center. It was not the most pleasant of places, but honestly, I made some of the greatest friends I could ever ask for working there. And I think it's, again, because we had that sense of community, before the pandemic hit. We have like that sense of community, all working in the same place, kind of working towards the same goal. There was a lot more burnout, a lot more exhaustion, because it's a lot. I can't say it's a lot tougher than performing. Performing is very hard. Honestly, I actually think theater is harder than anything else I've ever done. But there's a difference. I love theater. It's very passion-filled. Working at a call center is very draining. You deal with a lot of people who dump their emotional baggage on you, and as someone who kind of absorbs that, I guess, it's basically like being a punching bag all day. And anyone who knows the feeling knows the feeling. But regardless, I was still able to make lots of very good friends working there. And I miss having a community, even a little one, just like a few people that we'd like talk to, work towards a common goal. I loved being in a team, and I think I miss that. And in other jobs, I have been parts of teams, but either it's been remote work, so you can't really feel the teamwork because you're sitting by yourself, or some of my other jobs, it's been kind of like isolated away from people. So even though you are doing work for a team, you don't feel like you're part of the team. And I miss that. And I honestly really want to get back into acting. And I would say someday, but if I say someday, then who knows when that might happen. But it is an eventual goal of mine. I think I miss it so much, not only because of the community element, but because we got so close that I was unafraid to just be myself. I was able to shed that feeling of shame that I learned growing up, and just be the same nerdy kid I was when I was playing at recess with my friends, pretending to be Link fighting an invisible Ganon. I've had a lot of good memories in life, and I have a lot of good memories here and now, here in the present. But I've been kind of considering the future a little more, maybe because I'm getting older. I'm like, maybe it's like a late quarter-life crisis, something along those lines. And, I've hit 27 this year, and I'm going to be 28 next May. So maybe it's because I'm nearing 30 that I'm starting to think about the future a little more, and kind of questioning my own actions, my own beliefs and values, and trying to really ponder what it is I want to do with life. And I'm taking these questions seriously, because I want to, if I'm feeling unsatisfied in an element of my life, if I'm either doing something or not doing something that I don't want to do, or if I'm not doing something that I want to do, I want to figure that out and find a way to do it, just in general. And I guess I'd never truly be happy if I don't just appreciate what I have, and I do. I was talking to my mom about that earlier. I am more than appreciative of where I'm at, and like I said, this was the next big step. Like, just getting me here and living with, the greatest person in my life. But now that I'm thinking about it, I guess I shouldn't follow that statement with a but. That is, end of statement. I am happy with that. Let's just, for the record, I love where I'm at. Ultimately, though, I'm thinking about the future and where I want to be, and I'm trying to consider what it might take to get there. You know what I'm saying? it'll probably be a long road, and I'm sure there's a long road ahead of me. And Kayla and I often joke about how old I am because I'm like, I'm gonna be 28 next year, and they'll be like, wow, damn, you're old. But realistically, I probably haven't even lived half of my life yet. So I've got a lot more time than my brain makes me think. And that's something I really need to remember. And it's okay to be patient, even if I am a little antsy or even if I get a little lonely. You know, that's where music comes in. I can still enjoy video games, even though I never wanted video games to be my life. They were meant to be supplemental to something else that fulfilled me. So I think ultimately I just want to find a way to work in a team again, like perform or something. Just be an entertainer with other people and be unafraid to be myself around said people or in front of an audience. Which I guess is kind of what I'm doing now, but filming yourself just talking, like waxing poetic about philosophy and all that, isn't quite the same as performing on stage with a bunch of other people who you've practiced with for months. I don't know. I'm kind of getting tangenty, but I've been thinking about these things tonight, and I kind of wanted to get them on video, kind of get my thoughts out there, see if, if anyone else might be feeling the same way. At least you know you're not alone. But that is a long enough clip for the day. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. It's not that late. It actually is only almost turning 9:30. I don't know what to do with myself for the rest of the night, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. I always do. And if nothing else, I can just sit here and do nothing. That's always an option. Thank you guys so much for watching. You are all wonderful people, and as always, let's do our best tomorrow.